Today I'm going to visit a new tea house that just opened next door. Come along with me. It is not far away at all, maybe 5 minutes walking along the street. Here in Washington DC is early in the morning. I have already contacted in the past days the owner and told him that I have a YouTube tea channel. Yeah, what about filming what they are actually starting over just next door? Oh, the traffic light is red. No one on this side. No one on this side. So let's go. And you see my shadow there is really, the sun is really low on the horizon behind me. So I'm just walking all my way to the new tea house. And you know, I'm really excited because it's nice to drink a tea at home. But for me personally, it's also very nice when you have a beautiful tea house. This is what I hope for. Next door, and you can just go out, stay there, have good tea and relax. So, what do you see in front of you is DuPont Circle. Oh, and here again the traffic light is red. On this side, just 1 mile from here, there is the house of Donald Trump. It is not the White House though that we want to visit today. We want to go to a tea house, and the tea house is on the opposite side, on the other side of DuPont Circle. We will have to walk another bit along P Street and then we will be there. So let's go. And we are on P Street and we continue now along the road. This is a French bakery, and if you come to DC, I really suggest visiting it. Of course, you might want, to try some typical American food, but if you're European, from time to time, having a proper croissant is not bad at all. There are beautiful houses on the side. It's really a nice part of the city, actually, DuPont Circle. It's very central, nonetheless quiet, with a lot of nice restaurants, and I do hope also a nice tea house. And we are almost there. It is at the intersection between P Street and the 21st Street. You see it already on the corner here with the Chinese sign on it. Traditional tea house. Here it says authentic tea, so let's hope for the best. They have also a nice patio here. It's not yet set up because they are not yet open, but during the day I've been passing by and they have some nice tables there and chairs. And let's say it is early in the morning, but let's check out if the owner is already in. And here we are. Yes, he is. Good morning.
Morning. We're just getting ready.
Hi. Yeah, just getting ready?
Yep.
All right, yeah, no worries. And you are Yunhan, right?
Yes.
All
yes,
right, my name is Gabriele, as we discussed it. And is it okay if while you prepare, I just show the tea house?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, guys, let's go. So, let's start from here. This is actually the glass window tower that we have seen from the outside. You remember with the Valley Brook Tea logo there, and look at this. How beautiful with this light getting in. And let's see on the other side what we have here. We have the counter with, oh, I see here some traditional Chinese cups. And on this side, the same as well. Yeah, more Gaiwan cups. So looks actually very traditional so far. And definitely Chinese. And let's have a look at here. Oh, look at this. This looks to me very much like pour over coffee. We will have to ask them later if they do also coffee here. And oh, what about these? Here we have a roasting machine, isn't it, Yunhan?
Yes. So
What
that
about
one
that?
doesn't really do anything real. That's just to create a smell, create the aroma, create the fragrance.
I see.
So for example, when you walk into a coffee house, the first thing you notice is always the smell. It's not the noise, it's not the taste. So we want to bring that kind of experience here as well. It's always the aroma, fragrance, then taste. So we want to give you the full experience. That's
Oh,
the
nice.
purpose
That
of
makes more
machine.
sense. Yeah, this makes very much sense. And just behind you, I see there is the menu. Let's have a look at it. What is offered? So from the left, we have black tea, scent of Logan. Is that ginger May?
Yes, the first one, the second one, they're both Jinjumei.
Dragon berry as well.
Yeah, we renamed them. We renamed them for the sake of pronunciation.
Of course, yeah, it's not that easy, I understand. Then we have Lapsang Souchong, which is Genshan Shaozhong, both original and small, which is the same we had in the tea house. And very soon, also in our online shop, we will offering again both version, original and small. And then you have quite a lot of rock tea there. I read Rogui, Xuexian, Golden Peony, which is Jin Mu Dan, one of my favorite. And farther there, white tea, or you have silver needle and white peony, the two classical from Fooding, and also two classical green tea from Suzhou and from so the Biluochun, and also Dragon Well, which is Longjing. Very, very nice. So it looks very promising. Here, even more cups with some kintsugi here. And do you mind if I go upstairs?
Go ahead.
Cool. Let's go up and see how it looks like. And I say it is all empty because they are not yet open, which is very good for me. I can walk around without having to ask permission for filming. And here we are. Oh, looks beautiful. Here there is more of a Western touch, I would say. Still with some traditional pictures on the wall and a nice gonfucha table here. And look here, this is actually the glass tower that we were looking before. And if I look downwards, you see the tables there. Nice. Beautiful with this light here. And you see that actually it has a little bit, yes, of a classical American coffee feeling up here. But nonetheless, they have this blackboard where they write, leaf selection for oolong. Yeah, that you take the first 4 leaves. That makes very much sense. The way that oolong is made, Ui oolong. So they are definitely Fujian centered, because if you look at here, you see a map of Fujian, and you see they have in Fujian they have oolong, white tea, and also TEAWARE from Dehua. That, by the way, is I would say after Jindagen the second most famous place for Chinese pottery. Almost done, sorry. And look at this corner. This is actually what I was saying before. When I was saying I would like to go to a tea house next door to have a quiet corner, this is pretty much what I had in mind. It gives to me also a little bit of Starbucks feeling, maybe. Just, sitting back and relax, and instead of having a cup of coffee, maybe I can do my gonfucha tea here. And here we are sitting at the gonfucha table that Yunhan prepared for us. Thanks a lot for that.
No problem.
And tea house is all about drinking tea, so let's check out how the tea tastes and try to find out more, interviewing Yunhan about this tea house.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get ready. And you know that here at nannuoshan, we really share our pleasure for drinking and discovering genuine farm tea, like in this moment today. And if you're also looking to expand your tea knowledge and brewing skills, make sure to click on the subscribe button. And if at any point of time you enjoy watching, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So Yunhan, what are you actually preparing now?
Jin Mu Dan.
Jin Mu Dan,
Golden
great.
peony, since
Golden
you like
peony.
it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's a tea that I really like. We have it actually in our tea house a little bit different, because we have it the rolled one from Yunhan, from the south of Fujian.
Yep. You mentioned somewhere in Zhangzhou?
Yeah, in Zhengzhou. Yeah, I was telling you before. And you see, look how nice this one here is. A real leaf, actually, that Yunhan is using as a strainer. Look at this.
Yeah, so this one is actually a Bodhi tree leaf. Bodhi tree is a type of tree, at least in China now, that grows in a temple. So Buddhism and tea culture, they're always related. So when we need to come up with an idea of a strainer.
Yeah.
That's the thing we went to because we want something natural without the taste of metal and without those cloth thing because those get dirty over time. So
I see.
Yes,
And we use also something very natural. We use this hulu filter, this calabash,
yes.
which is kind of similar. It's very natural, and I like this one. We will have to find out if we can get those for our shop.
Yeah, this can be reused multiple times up to a couple months. Yeah, very good.
That's nice. Yeah, and I mean it's a real thing. It's really a real leaf. It's for drinking.
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank you. So Yunhan, I read that actually you opened the tea house just before the pandemic broke out in USA, and just after a few weeks you have to close. Is that right?
Yes. So we had the idea of opening a tea shop here in Washington D.C. back in 2017.
Oh.
And we actually spent that many years looking for a place. We just discovered this place last year, so we spent a couple months to do the build out. We actually opened our business on Valentine's Day this year. So
in February, okay.
February 14th, just 1 month before we had to shut down because of the COVID-19 break.
And now you're starting reopening again. Actually, inside here is still closed. Actually, customers are not allowed to come in and sit, only to take away, but you are lucky that you have at least a patio outside, and maybe later we can take some picture of it. And in that patio you have the possibility of having people anyway enjoying the tea in your tea house, even in the time of pandemic, which not every tea shop would have that option, right?
Yes, we are very lucky. During, I would say, 30 days of our short existence before we shut down, we actually accumulated a huge number. Now we consider as our core customer base, and that's the people that's starting to coming back these days, having tea outside at our outdoor patio.
Nice. Yeah, we will definitely come along. I have to bring Caroline here as well. And actually, these golden peony Jin Mu Dan is, I really like it. It's very, I would say it's medium roast. It's very aromatic, but not overwhelming. So, and it's a peculiar taste that is a little bit difficult to describe. I wonder actually, it's very hard to connect it to our Jin Mu Dan because that one is barely roasted, is a completely different processing, but I kind of connect the two in the taste,
Well, Jin Mu Dan, it's a sort of hybrid tea plant.
Okay, yeah.
Its father plant is actually Huangdan. Its mother plant is the famous Teaguanyin. So Jin Mu Dan also has a sibling. Actually, another three of them. The most famous one would be Huangguanyin. This is the one we brought into the tea house for people who don't have too much experience with oolong tea, but they still want to try. Rougui, for example, the another famous one in Wuyi oolong category. That one is a little bit too strong, too overwhelming for people who are not too terribly familiar.
Because rougui is usually processed at very high roasting, so you have to be used to Wuyi Yancha. Otherwise, you would find, oh wow, it's so strong. It requires a little bit.
For other oolongs, for example, Minnan oolongs, also Fujian oolong, Teaguanyin, for example, that's a little bit too light. That's too green tea-like. So golden peony and Huangguanyin are actually the oolong tea we suggest for first-time oolong tea drinkers.
I see. And actually, you have quite a lot of tea knowledge, and I see that here you are focused on Fujian. So why is that? It's like there is a particular reason why you like Fujian tea, or maybe you are a Fujian ran from there, or which is how it comes.
Yeah, you are right. My family is in Fujian. We are actually a tea producer, so that makes us a little bit unique to other tea businesses. We don't have a supplier in our business. We supply our own teas. So every single tea you see in our tea house are produced by us, by our masters, on our own land. In our mountains.
So it means that also the picture that we see here around the wall are actually taken by you from your farmers and
Yes, actually, those pictures are taken by my mother, and this is one of our field in
nice,
Yunhan.
nice, yeah. That's really unique. Like, I mean, we at nannuoshan do direct sourcing, and here you have a tea house that doesn't even need to do sourcing because they are the producer themselves, and that's why then you are really focused on Fujian. And I have to say, you're really lucky that you are from Fujian because you know, if you would be in some other region, let's pretend you are in Jiangsu, in Suzhou, then you would have only green tea to offer.
Yes.
But in Fujian, you have Wuishan, where you have production of yancha, oolong tea, and black tea as well, in particular Tomuguan. I'm sure that some of your
All of our black tea are from Tumu.
all of your black tea are from Tomu. And then you have not very far, you have also production of white tea. Like if you go to places like Fuding or Zhenghe, it's just a couple of hours drive. So basically from Fujian, you have the possibility, even if you are just in the north of Fujian, to offer in different tea.
Yes, Fujian is a very special province. When we discuss tea culture or tea experience, it's not just the tea leaves. It comes with, for example, the ceramic here, and also, well,
Jianyang.
yeah, no, jianzhang actually,
Jianzhang.
and also a piece of wood that you use to serve as a tea tree.
This one here.
Yeah, in Fujian, you can get all those things just in Fujian. We don't need to go to another province. Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
So our black tea is from Tongmu, particularly Sangang. That's where the head of Tongmu is.
Yes.
Our oolong tea, most of them are from this village called Huangcun. In English, the translation would be Yellow Village Village, because the official name is Huangcun Cun.
Cun. Yeah, Cun is village. I think it's the smallest village that you have in China. Cun.
Cun is the smallest unit.
The smallest unit. Yeah.
If you've been to Wuishan, Huangcun is next to Xingcun. Xingcun is where you take those rafts flowing down the river. Then our white tea are from Fuding. Fuding and Zhenghe, those are those are the two big white tea production sites.
Of course, Yunhan pronounce it a little bit better than myself when I say Zhenghe, but Zhenghe is actually it's also a place where black tea is produced. You have some Gongfu black tea, Gongfu Hongcha that's produced in Zhenghe, as well as white tea. Yeah, so your white tea comes from Zhenghe.
Fuding and Zhenghe.
Fuding and Zhenghe.
Yes.
Can I use this?
Go ahead.
It's kind of really hot in DC today. Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, the fans are not sort of lefty friendly, but I suppose you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, I'm lefty, but you know, I've been lefty all my life, so I kind of find a way around it. And let me know. I have one question actually. I mean, you're from China and you're now opening a tea house in DC.
Yes.
You say you had this idea in mind in 2017.
Yes.
Is there a specific reason why DC and not another city or maybe another country?
Well, first of all, we live in Virginia, which is not too far away from DC.
Virginia is just on the other side of the river.
Yeah. So when we were planning this, we knew that we must be in a city where it's international enough. So whatever we do wouldn't be too weird or too strange to the local population here. And DC is unique even in the States because DC has the highest educated population and the income here is also very, very high.
Definitely, particularly in this area, right? Yeah. I mean, you have other areas in DC, depending where you
even
go.
the neighboring areas in DC, for example, Virginia, Northern Virginia and Maryland, those are few places have the highest income in the entire country. So this is a very dynamic, safe and open environment for us. So we figured something like this will survive here in Washington, DC.
Yes, you need, I mean, for a top class tea house, you need also certain kind of
customer base,
right?
Yes.
Because it's expensive tea at the very end. We know it. We pay a lot for sourcing it. Even if you are the producer, it's quite a high cost, and they know they can sell it also very high price in China. So you know, why exporting it to the US? It's a lot of a bother if then here you cannot do business out of it. So you need a little bit of a wealthy customers, yeah, not only, but especially for cafe to run really well over time and be always full, you need a good location, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we do have a very good location. We have hotels,
Definitely
universities,
yeah.
residential.
We have a few hotels here next door. Actually, Caroline, my girlfriend, when she moved to DC, she was living for the first month just in the hotel that is opposite to this tea house. And in general, DuPont Circle, I was saying before, is a really nice part of the city.
Yes, very active.
It's very active, and at the same time, you know, not too much traffic. You've seen this morning when I was walking in, it's kind of still
well, in this
time of the year, it's also pandemic, so it helps,
it's not going to be
but
too busy.
But you cannot compare it with downtown New York, for example.
Oh yeah, so that's why we choose DC as well. For example, compared to New York, DC is less busy, and tea is something you can enjoy with not just money but also with time, and time is very important. It's a luxury.
Yes.
And here in DC, people do have more time because it's less busy. That is very important to us. Otherwise, we would just end up being another fast food chain or fast casual service cafe. People come in here, grab and go. We don't want that. We want people actually to sit down and do what we're doing now, to have the full experience.
So it means that actually I can sit on the table and have gongfu chai. I'm doing it myself here.
Yes, we have that service. We can actually give you a tray of teaware, a gaiwan,
nice.
a pitcher, and cup. Then you can just do it yourself.
That's nice, yeah. And what about actually these, I call them pour-over station. I don't know if it is the case, but it really look like this fancy cafe where they do pour-over coffee. What do you do there?
So that's the station for black tea and oolong tea.
Okay.
Normally, if people don't want to enjoy tea with a tea set, or they're just in a hurry, they want to...
Or maybe for takeaway, maybe?
Yeah, takeaway. So that's the set we use for black tea and oolong. One thing about premium tea...
So you really pour then hot water on a filter, just you would do pour-over coffee?
The general idea is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't pour that fast. You know that premium black tea and premium oolong, they never need to be steeped. Those teas are instant. For example, you see what I do here. I pour water in, I pour tea out.
If you have enough leaves,
Yeah. Actually, that's the same. That's the 7 grams. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Maybe let's show you guys how much it is. It's relatively full. You know, for Western habits, in China it's very normal.
Yeah, this is the standard portion.
Yeah.
So with this,
7 grams.
yeah, with 7 or 8 for oolong, 5 for black tea. We can just use the pour-over side to create a cup of tea in a matter of less than 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah. So
maybe even faster than coffee actually, because coffee is more powdery and the water goes down a little bit slower.
So our experience shows from preparing a tea to cleaning everything up, it's usually 2 minutes. So in terms of speed, that's a very fast speed.
Yeah.
Our point is, a lot of tea houses outside China thinking people don't drink this type of tea is the problem of the flavor or the taste. That they're trying to create a new tea or blend them with something else.
Okay.
Our point is, people like the authentic flavor, people like the authentic taste. Yeah, people know what they want.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is too much for a lot of customers. Then I
can understand.
Yeah, we just need to change the way people drink tea.
It will take some time. You know, if you keep this gongfu cha station here, and you would do, gongfu tea here while people around you are sitting on the table and have their cup. Maybe, sooner or later they come to your table and they start asking, what are you doing? Can I do it myself?
That's exactly what happens all the time.
Really?
We have customers starting making friends by doing this upstairs, or we have customers going downstairs asking us how they can get a set like this. And
nice. I'm happy that works out, because this is a traditional tea house in China. You enter and you have the owner that is doing tea at the gongfu cha table. People sit around the table and drink along with the owner, basically. And then there is also the option of buying tea. You're just serving the table, or you have also pouches of tea here to sell?
We have loose leaf tea for sale. Yeah. So now this is a very dynamic thing. People drink tea here. They like the tea. They want to get some tea to go.
Right, that's what I was, you know, like in China, when you sit at the Gongfu table, you drink tea, and then you like the tea and you want to take it home,
Yeah,
then there is this option.
And eventually they want to purchase the tea set as well to drink it I would say the right way. So this is a very organic business.
Yeah.
From tea leaves then to the entire world of tea. I think that's the ultimate goal we're trying to achieve here. Not just give you a cup of tea and say, there you go, we're done. No, that's only the beginning. We want you to experience this as the fullest.
And do you know how I actually discovered this tea house? Do you know that?
Oh.
I don't think you know that, because and it would be a little bit difficult to guess. So actually, I'm not from DC. I usually live in Denver, and I'm here just because my girlfriend lives here, so I spend a lot of time in DC. And I'm not really the person that really read a lot of blogs and spend his time in Instagram, maybe because I don't have a lot of that time, but Caroline does. And she was searching what is going on Instagram on some DC account, and she discovered your Instagram account. And later she discovered also that you run a blog where you post a lot about tea. And she sent me over some, you know, I'm a little bit skeptical usually. I don't like to read a lot of blogs. If I prefer to read something about tea, I would go for books. But she sent me a couple of articles that I guess you wrote.
I wrote all of them.
You wrote all of them. And they are really authentic and interesting. So there is a lot of tea knowledge, and I will put the link in the description below, so that you can have a look yourself. It's rare to have Chinese tea knowledge firsthand written in proper English. So I really suggest to have a look at that.
Yeah, so we have, well, at this moment we have 165 blogs published.
That's a lot. I mean, where do you find all that time?
Actually, before we open, I wrote 2 blogs per week. Every Monday and every Thursday. So after we open, actually after we started renovating the space, I got busy. So the the update was slowed down to pretty much 1 or 2 blogs per month.
I see. Well, but still, I mean, as long as you keep it steady and going, that's,
well,
that's
it's a very healthy number, 100 something blogs. It will take you a long time to go through all of them.
You know, this is also a problem with our YouTube channel, that people like to watch the video when they just come out, and then they don't really go back and watch them, those that were published in the past, and maybe they haven't seen that, but there is a lot of good content out there. So I really suggest go ahead and have a look. For example, about white tea, we did a great video with Elsa that is, you know, it really ran well at the very beginning with a lot of information about the same white tea that actually you are offering here. Anyway, Yunhan, I think we have given you guys a good overview of this tea house. Go ahead and check it out. I will put the link also to the website in the description below. And we wish you all the luck with your new business. I know, I mean, I run a tea house myself. I know how much work there is to put in there, how tiring it is actually. There is so much work behind the tea business, maybe much more than you guys can think of. And thanks a lot. I will definitely come back, bring over Caroline, and try some tea in your page.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye guys. By the way, don't forget to subscribe our channel and help me give us a thumbs up. Bye guys. I just left the tea house and I'm walking back home. I don't know what do you guys think about the tea house, but I'm very happy to have it close to my place. I think they did really a good job of combining Chinese tradition with a little bit of an American flair to make it more comfortable for US customers. I will check it out over the weekend.